What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast,
What's up, everybody? This your boy Phil.
and I'm Leroy. Well, this is the wrap up of the Eagles and New York Giants football game. Phil, anything you want to add to the to the wrap up? Get your
Not
thoughts on the
really. I
game.
mean, it was a bullshit game, so it wasn't worth watching unless you're trying to check out the young bulls and see what they was about. I'm disappointed with the coach not playing
Well,
Saquon.
hold on. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let me do the stats first, and because I got something to say about that too. The Eagles won 20-13. Here's some quick stats. On the Giants side, we have Drew Lock 22 for 29, 138 yards, one touchdown, one interception. Rushing, we have Tyrone Tracy, 14 carries, 59 yards. Receiving, we have Malik Neighbors, five receptions, 64 yards, one touchdown. And we have Wendell Robinson, 10 receptions, 43 yards. So between Malik and and Waddell, they have 15 receptions out of Drew Lock's 22 catches.
Well, shit, the game was almost over when I looked at the stats on my phone. The quarterback ain't even have 100 yards passing.
hmm On the Eagles side, we have Tanner McKee, 27 for 41, 268 yards, two touchdowns.
How did he look?
I'll get to it. Rushing, we have Will Shipley, 10 carries, 32 yards. Gainwell had 11 carries for 15 yards. Receiving, we have Jahan Dotson, 7 receptions, 94 yards. Dallas Goddard, 4 receptions, 55 yards. And we have Alanis Smith, 4 receptions, 35 yards, and one touchdown. Okay, Tanner looked really good too. He had a nice presence in the pocket. He didn't get that happy feet, like the
hmm
young quarterbacks get, like they feel as though they about to get sacked, so they trying to hurry up and do something. Stayed in the pocket and throw the football. It was against it was against their number one defense, but this is the Giants. Now they ain't like they was playing backups or anything. So I gotta say he looked good. I mean,
Well, he looked good for that little bit of wash up time he got last game too.
right. I liked him. I just put it like this. I'd rather have him than Pickett.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Now, that was pretty much it on the game because it was a nothing game. Everything was wrapped up. It was between Detroit and the Eagles. Since the Eagles had that loss and Detroit only have two, Detroit is the have the best record. And if Detroit lose tonight, they both will be tied. But Detroit beat the Eagles for that strength of
For
schedule.
the tiebreaker.
Yeah, did for the strength of schedule or something like that.
hmm
So right now, it was between the Packers and the Bears. I mean, I'm sorry, the Packers and the Commanders on who they're going to play. I think if Green Bay wins, the Eagles play the Packers, and I think the if the Commanders won and Green Bay lost, then they'll play the Commanders. Well, the Commanders is losing to the Dallas Cowboys. It's 19-16 with 6 seconds left. I don't know who has the ball or anything.
Don't they got
And
their backups in though?
no, because this was a let me see. Yeah, Mariota was in it. Yeah, Mariota's played. Jane Daniels must have played like the first half or the
hmm
first quarter or something.
Yeah, they don't care about that game.
And the Packers, let me see. Let me see. The Packers also have their backups and also. So I'm gonna say that the Eagles is playing the Packers next week for the wild card game. And Malik Neighbors is the Giants single season record for receptions with 108. So good shit there for him. I mean, it is the Giants, so but now let's talk about this Saquon Barkley not breaking the record. I thought that was a big disappointment. It would have been so great for him, for the team, for the city, for him to break that Eric Dickerson record. And from what they say, this was more of like a coaching thing
Yeah.
because they said that him and the offensive line they wanted to do it, but the
Right.
coach
Well, if you
said,
if you listen to Saquon's interview, he kind of pretty much said the same thing. I was going to do it. You know what I mean?
mhm. So what's your thoughts on that?
The coach is an idiot. I understand resting your players. So if you're gonna rush your players, then how about let them finish the last game? He was running
Hmm.
all over them last game. He got a whole quarter to go. Let him get as close as possible, if not break it. That way, the last game you only need to play him like one quarter, if that.
Right, right, right. So, well, since you didn't see the game, there's nothing more that we can talk about this game. Let me see the time of possession real quick because it seemed like the Eagles had the ball for a pretty long time. Okay, the Giants had the ball longer, but I think maybe in the first half the Eagles had the ball for a long time. Then the second half the Giants did. I can't really say. Well, next week I think it's the Packers. So give us your thoughts on the Eagles versus Packers wild card playoff game.
The Packers is a nice up and coming team. I don't think they're there yet. I had that quarterback in fantasy, and he was a disappointment big time. This is supposed to be his breakout season from how he played a little bit last year, like on the rise. You would have thought he would have done something, but he ain't did nothing this year. He do got a real strong arm, but
Hmm.
his pocket awareness and reading the field is still questionable. He
Okay.
got good. He got good receiving weapons. He just don't know how to get them the ball.
Okay. Well, anything else sports wise you want to talk about?
Uh, Nothing I can think of.
Okay. Well, shameless plug. Phil and Leroy the Judgmental Podcast also talk about movie and TV reviews. You can see it at pnljudgementals on YouTube. I watched a couple of episodes of I'm a Killer. Now I'm gonna have to go on their Netflix page and tell you what episodes was because it was a lot. Now I'm gonna read the synopsis and you say yeah I seen that and no I didn't see it.
I
If
pretty
you
much seen all of them except three.
okay, well I'm gonna go start from the first season. The first season I watched a killer in the this is episode 2. A killer in the eyes of the law. Kenneth Foster's death sentence is commuted just hours before his execution, but he asserts that his punishment under an unusual Texas law is unfair. This is your young brother where let me before I talk about the episodes, I want to say this is very pro judicial system and documentary or TV show, I don't know what you want to call it. It's very
Hmm.
pro because nobody there, I don't feel bad for nobody in any of these shows. Everybody in there deserves to be in jail.
Well,
Okay.
that's what me and Shay, we look at the show and we try to see if there's anyone on the show we can say, well, all right, I can kind of see where he's coming from. Maybe he didn't do it, or maybe he shouldn't have got this. No, no. Everybody right where they belong, and none of them should be getting out early.
Now, if when I start going into it, stop me and say, "Well, I haven't seen that." So then I'll like say, "I'll." This
Hmm.
was a brother here where him and his boys they get in the car and they was robbing folks. This is
Yes,
in Texas.
I saw
Okay,
it.
seen it. So
Fucking
the
dumbasses.
the food rob they jacking fools and everything. So I don't believe that the dude got out of the car to rob that woman. He wasn't trying to talk to her there because he had a gun on him.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
He got a gun on him. So the dude came out, another guy came out, and he shot the guy. And just so happened that his brother, years later, became a defense attorney of I don't know what it wasn't the Texas defense attorney. I think it's where they were from.
Hmm.
So they trying to get him. Oh, he's in the he gave his life over to Christ, so he's like very religious now. So the father tried to pray on that to try to get my
Right.
man out of
My
jail.
man was like, before we start, I just want you to know I will not vouch for him to get out early.
Right. Uh-huh. And like, yeah, we just trying to see what you trying to do. I'm like, no, his ass need to stay in jail. And then, oh, they have a law in Texas. Let's go back there. Whereas though, if someone commits a crime and you with them, then you get the same charge they get. So if
Hmm.
if you in a car with a guy, well, let's just say we in a car with each other, and then I go decides to rob a bank, and while you in the car, then Philip will also get charged with robbing the bank also. So he's trying to say, well, I ain't had nothing to do with it. I just sat in the car. But here they were robbing people and gunpoint all night long.
And you know he's the one with the criminal record out of everybody in the car.
Right.
They're liars because they said they picked up a hooker or a
Mhm.
streetwalker or whatever, and they were
Right.
trying to flirt with her, whatever. Then they put her out the car. Then they said, "Let's go to the club." Y'all going to the club? No, y'all riding around jacking people.
Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, so I seen that one. I also seen A Family Affair, High on a Drug That Fuses Paranoia. Jeremy Buchanan fatally shoots his aunt, stepfather, and girlfriend. A crime
Damn.
she said he can't recall. So since you didn't see
No, I
it,
saw it. I saw it.
oh
I just
okay. And that was that one wild story. Hey,
that's
he
why I
tried to
said
start.
damn, because I remember that story. That
Hey,
was
so
fucked up.
my man claimed that he didn't know what he was doing, but when he was interrogating, he was talking about the whole case and
Yup.
everything. So which
Yup.
one is it?
Shay Shay was saying the same thing. She don't think he like he was high on drugs. He just don't remember doing it. I'm like, no, he remembered. He was on drugs, but he was already out of his mind anyway.
Right.
Drugs or not, you know what I mean?
And I
And
said,
my thing was he was at a family member's house. So how you gonna bring drugs there? Just go in the back room and start smoking. Obviously, they condone your bullshit, and you bringing a gun to the house. Because
right.
if you was acting crazy and you say you gotta go to the car, oh shit, fucking uh Joe acting crazy, he going to the car. Don't let him back in. Call the cops. He probably going to get his gun. You know what I mean? You're already
Mm-hmm.
trying to figure out what's in the room, like it's something in the room. You tripping, dude?
Yep. Uh-huh. Well,
And
he
just
was.
pull a fucking shotgun out and start blasting relatives and shit.
Yep. And he didn't mention that he whooped her ass before
Mm-hmm.
and beat her with
Right.
a baseball bat.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. All women, boy.
They sure know how to pick them, don't they?
They sure do. He had
This
money. He was
guy,
the.
this guy was in the streets, menace to society before she got with him, and she still was
Yep.
like, "Oh, I like the bad boy." Here we go with the same story, never ends.
Yep. He was the man around there.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm on to season two, episode one, two, three, four, five, six, eight. Crossing the line. Philip mentioned this last week. Kansas native Kavana Flannery agreed to a date with a liquor store clerk, but the evening took a deadly turn when he tried to assault her. She's completely full of shit, and you didn't even mention that she was already at his house
I
before
did
the
tell you
incident.
that. I
Oh, I
told
don't
you
even
that.
remember.
Yes,
I don't even
she
remember.
full of shit. Cause she before that she was over there. The roommate said he seen her over there.
Yeah.
That's how they knew who it was. The guy at the liquor store knew, and a roommate knew. She was over here last.
So the lady said that she was molested 3 times. She was molested like very young. She was molested in school where some dude pulled her shirt off and started licking her breasts.
No, I
Then
see. I believe
go ahead.
I believe she was molested the first time, and that put her on a downward spiral to be a fast ass. That whole
Hmm.
school incident, she was down. That was like her fucking high school boyfriend or something. You know what I mean? Or some dude she was being a freak with. Because you had to get secluded. You and this boy somewhere by yourself where you pop your boob out and he's sucking on your boob.
So you didn't mention the last one, whereas though the guys was running a train on her, and I believe that these was like older men,
Hmm.
and I guess she tried to charge them, and she said they swept it on her rug. But I want to know how did the police sweep this under the rug? Because it kind of sounds like you was down with it. It didn't
Well,
sound
that's
like
what
you
I
was so
mean.
at all.
I didn't. I What happened was when they showed that last thing on the screen, no, that story. I asked Shay. I was like, "Oh shit, I missed that. What they say happened to her?" And Shay was like, "I wasn't paying attention either." So that's why I didn't mention because I couldn't remember that
A-
last
And she
thing.
said that the guy took her over to his house and wanted to take pictures of her in lingerie, and he insulted her that way. So my thing is, if you
No,
already
he.
been go ahead.
Oh no, she said he went over to the house and he took a shower, and then she said, "Well, I'm
No,
gonna
no,
take a
no, not
shower
that
too."
dude.
That one.
No, no,
Oh, you
not
talking
that
about the one
dude. This is
before?
something before, yeah.
Oh yeah,
That
see, I missed that part. I like went, stepped off and went to the kitchen to get something when they was at that part, so I missed that story. Go ahead and tell me what happened.
he had took her over her house and said, "Hey, let me take pictures of you in lingerie." So he took pictures of her in lingerie and he posed to sexually assaulted her then. So my thing is, if you already been sexually assaulted, why would you put yourself in a position where if you clean and innocent,
Hmm.
why would you put yourself in a position whereas though you're going over to this man's house to be sexually assaulted? You would think that would alert you, like that don't sound right, to come over your house and take pictures of her in the lingerie.
Hmm.
That didn't make any
Well,
sense.
that's what I said when she was touched on when she the first incident that put her on a fast track of being like extra, when it comes to sexualization and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So it's probably out of her control because she was mentally fucked up. But after that, everything that happened, she was, even if she didn't know because it was like something wrong with her mentally that's making her do that, she was still in the wrong for going in those directions.
Right. So she had a my feelings is she had a reputation amongst the neighborhood, and she said that she had went to go get some liquor, and underage, of course. And the clerk said, "Hey, I can't sell this to you, but I'll sell it to you if you go out with my friend here. Here's his number." Now, that sounds completely full of shit because no clerk could say anything like that. That sounds like some hoeing and tricking stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And she said that he took her out. They were supposed to go on a date.
Your volume is going up and down, or is that me?
So he was supposed to take her to the date to the Golden Corral. And she says, "Wait a minute. We've been in, we've been, I hate to laugh because it ain't right." She said, "Well, wait a minute. We driving too far." And he said, "No, I just want to go home and take a shower and stuff." So he went in the shower and he tried to assault. She always carried a gun now. She always start quote unquote carrying a gun because she was, she was scared because she'd been assaulted and stuff. And she and the guy
Well,
tried
you
to
skipped the
assault
part where
her.
she said she wanted to take a shower too. Like, who goes
Yeah,
over to somebody's house to take a shower? You don't
right.
think nothing popping off after that?
Uh-huh. So he tries to sexually assault her, and that's when she shot him twice, right?
3 times.
Okay, 3 times. Now this is completely bullshit here because again, if you've been sexually assaulted before, now I just told you the story about the guy who taking a picture of her in lingerie in the house and sexually
Mm-hmm.
assaulted. Then that will almost alert you to being over a man's house like that.
She was
So
prostituting.
my thing, what happened was they had sex that night or day. I don't know what time was it. My man said, "Well, look, I'm gonna go and take a shower or whatever." When he was taking a shower, she started going through his things. And when he came out the shower, he had quarter, like stealing something or whatever. And then they get to arguing. Then that's when she pulled out the gun and shot him. Now she left and stole his car with his wallet. Now
Stole his
that
wallet. See, my story is a little different. I think because she said out of her own mouth that she wanted to take a shower. So I think he took her back to the crib. He took a shower, laid on the bed with like a towel on or just ready to get busy. She took
Mhm.
a shower. While she was laying there, she went over there, grabbed her gun, and jumped on him with the gun.
So you
Shot him, and then he jumped up because he wasn't dead. Like the cop said, he staggered into the other room, and that's where she finished him off in the other room.
so you think that that was on her mind to just rob the dude? I mean, to shoot the dude,
Yeah,
rob and shoot the
yeah.
dude. Okay, okay,
She
yeah,
brought the gun with her. You know what I mean?
and
She
this,
had no problem taking that car in his wallet.
yep. And then she did her interrogation, and she's crying about how she was assaulted and all that stuff. And it seemed like the detective felt sorry for her. Yeah, yeah,
They always do.
right. This woman is completely full of shit. She need to do all the time. If she had
Hmm.
30 years, she need to do 30 years.
And how about the mom? If she was white, it wouldn't have been this way. Lady, your
Right.
daughter is a crook. She's dirty.
Uh-huh.
She fucking killed somebody. She needed to fucking pay the price.
Yep. So that's this is the 10th episode. Oh yeah, by the way, every show there's always a broken families, and there's always some type of sexual molestation
Molestation,
going on. Yeah.
especially with the white ones for some odd reason. Most of these white killers that's on death row and got long sentences, it seems like they all got touched growing up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is the 10th episode of the second season. It's something hideous. Toby Williams murdered Deborah Moore and shot her husband, John, in a cruel 1984 robbery for which he has been on death row for nearly 35 years. Did you see that one?
Um, say that again.
It was the dude who he robbed the how
He
did
went
they
in the
meet?
old lady window.
No. He how did they meet each other? Oh, he had work for him. He had work for him. I guess he was like this guy was like the type that like hire people to do odd jobs on his
Mm-hmm.
property or whatever. So he had knocked on a door and
It's not the
uh
pastor that had people over.
no, he wasn't a pastor. Was he a pastor?
Because the one guy used to work for him. he used to give us odd jobs and stuff when we needed some money and stuff. So he gave me a key to his house if I needed somewhere to stay. That's
Hmm.
not that one. He was a
No,
pastor.
no, he didn't give him a key. So he grabbed both of them and took them to like up the like a desolated area and shot he shot both of them, but the wife died, but the husband like survived. The
This is season one,
season 2,
season two. I saw all of season two.
episode 10.
I don't
And
remember this.
the husband had got up and like walked all the way where some houses was, and
Mm-hmm.
he had told where the wife was and everything, and when it came back, the wife was dead or whatever. He survived. The husband was on on the show also, and this guy, he has a broken family, and he supposedly been have a learning disability and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He has a learning disability and all that stuff, but some miraculous way he can like rob and
Mm.
and shoot people. And he's been in jail for 35 years, and he wants to be released also. And of course, the husband don't want him released. I'll just leave it at that. If you didn't
I
see.
don't. I feel like I've seen everything. I got like 4 episodes of season one left. I don't remember that episode. Once you start seeing all this crazy shit, it start getting all intertwined with each other.
Right. Season 3, I seen what I see on season 3.
Did you see the black guy I told you to watch with all the tattoos on his neck?
No, you have to tell me what it was.
It's in the
Uh,
last season, of like one of the last few episodes. Is a light skinned dude with tattoos all up and down his neck and his arms and shit.
okay, I didn't see anything on season 3 yet. So going on to season 4, I looked at this is the first episode on season 4. Family Matters. A murderer recounts the crime that ended one's life and ruined his own. Those affected included a police officer and the victim's family also speak. This is the guy that was like he was mom was on drugs and all that stuff and left him with the aunt. The aunt figured out that she can't. Oh yeah, I seen it. We talked about that one. The one
Uh,
where he killed
the
the
shotgun. Yeah.
yeah, we
Oh,
talked
I didn't
about it.
think you watched it. Okay.
Yeah, I seen it. Now this one was where the guy was his mom was on drugs or whatever, and the aunt took over for her. The aunt claimed that she couldn't take care of him, so she gave him to the state. So
Mm-hmm.
he was molested in the state or whatever. So people get that slow suicide, whereas though they don't care what happens.
Mm-hmm.
They be the first one to rob, the first one to shoot somebody, and all that
Mm-hmm.
stuff. So I figured he's like the man around there, and somebody had called him about somebody has a whole bunch of drugs they wanted to rob. So they get in the car and the guy's like trying to describe like the car or whatever. So he
Mm-hmm.
said the person said they come find the car that they was trying to look for in the driveway. So he said, oh, they got another car, it's such and such. So he said that this person's house had a car that described what the guy was talking about. So he home invasion the house. It was an old lady in the house, so he ordered the lady face down and all that stuff. So the first thing he said that the lady had seen his face, so he had shot her.
Mm-hmm.
Just so happened was the lady was like a clerk, a deputy clerk for the
For the
police, so
police
that
group.
makes her a
Yep.
police officer. Did you see this one?
Yeah, I saw it.
Oh, okay. Here's another guy that's completely full of shit too.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to kill somebody that night. That's
Yep.
all. Cause all he had to do was if he bust in the house and he seen that this wasn't what they looking for, why they just didn't leave?
Mm-hmm. They never do.
I'd be like, well, look, this is the wrong house and just ran out. First of all, why is
Yep.
you home invasion in the house anyway with no mask on?
I was just about to say, and if you running up in somebody's crib, you don't know where cameras at. Put a damn mask on.
Right, right. The lady just lost her life just sitting in the house watching TV, mind her business. And her sister, she had a twin sister, and just so happened that they lived across the street from each other. And the sister had just left her house when this happened. So she just sitting there, just lost her life for no reason.
Yep.
And all he
This is
had to do go
this old lady had a twin sister, right, that lived across the way.
yes,
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that was a
yeah.
fucked up story.
Episode 4 on season 4, A Father's Shadow. Enraged over his rebellious daughter, Choice of Men, a extremist father enlists his son in a terrifying plot of intimidation and murder. Did you see that one?
Yes. I saw this one on like Dateline or CNN. So I was telling Shay what they was fucking up on that story from what the real story was or whatever.
Oh, okay. What was the real story?
No, it didn't, when I saw it on like the other show, they didn't really say much about the son. It was mostly the dad. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? But this was kind of focusing on the son. You know what I mean? So I was like, hold on, the dad's supposed to have been doing all this shit. But you can go
Oh,
ahead and tell the story.
the father is a Muslim, and he had a son and a daughter. The daughter had went to college and got woke.
Americanized
Yeah. So
Christian, started dating a Christian man instead of a Muslim man.
right, and she had like left the family and got married. So he she was a disgrace to the family.
Well, don't
And
forget her girlfriend. Her girlfriend, I think, was a Muslim too, but she left the religion too and was like, you need to do this. You can make date this guy. The girlfriend is the one that hooked her up with the Christian guy, telling her
right.
like she don't got to do what follow the Muslim ways or whatever. That's why the dad took her out.
So the father was mad at the friend, as Philip said. So he had got the son to shoot the friend. Would have got away with it. Would have got away with it, but they got the he got the son to shoot the daughters. They were married at the time, so it was her husband.
Mm-hmm.
So now those two, now first they thought it was like, okay, maybe it was like someone, she was Iranian, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, so they thought it had something to do with that, her being Iranian, and she was like an activist or something, like Philip was
Mm-hmm.
saying. So they thought it had something to do with that. But when they killed the sister's husband, now them two are connected. So there's something had to go with it. It has to be somebody that knew both of them, and come to find out that it was them that did it. Just so happened was that they were speeding the day when they killed the friend, and the father, the mom, and the son was in the car that day. So I guess the police had gotten to the mom, and the mom had told, I hate to laugh because it's not really not funny. The mom had told what happened, and the son did it and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
so
and be telling those females your crimes, man.
yeah,
You ever watch First 48? They spill the beans in a heartbeat.
uh-huh. Uh, yeah, that he deserved to be in jail, by the way, too. That's only I only seen them two in season 4. Season 5, did I see any more? Yes, I seen Lost Innocence. Young love takes a dark turn when Ashley Morrison's plan to run away with her boyfriend Kristen Sims result in the murder of his grandmother. Bonnie and Clyde, goofy Bonnie and Clyde. Did you see
Fake
this
ass
one?
Bonnie and Clyde. Yes. And this is the only person on the show that I felt like, oh man, maybe she didn't do it. Maybe she should be, getting out of jail. And then I changed my mind real quick.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Because she was the main culprit in forcing him to do stuff. And what about all the text messages about how he was going to kill her dad, and she was like, "All right, cool, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
So
Okie dokie. I'm gonna
yeah,
kill your dad. Okie dokie.
she was older. She was a year older than and he was. And then when in terms of like school wise, because they met in school.
Mm-hmm.
School wise, when you see someone like a year older, you think they like so mature and all that stuff. So she was listening. But my thing is, how the hell is that you let this boy stay with your daughter
They
like
do it
that?
all the time. All the time I see these reports where uh girl's boyfriend will move in with the parents in the
Yeah,
family. Like, huh? Really? We don't play that shit. You might have a daughter and you let your girl your daughter's friend stay if it's okay with her or she's fucked up and straight. I mean something like that. But you gonna let
right,
a whole boyfriend stay? So where he sleeping in her room, playing house and
right.
shit at a young age like that, banging and shit.
And supposedly he had guns in the house and all that
Yeah, he brought
stuff.
all the guns with him. And this is the
Right.
same thing we go back to before. This one knucklehead was the weirdo in school. Nobody fucked with him. Everybody thought he was weird and strange and all that. But for some odd reason, she like, oh, I think he's cute, and she want to talk to him and
Hmm.
brainwash him to do whatever she wanted him to do.
Yeah, yeah. She put him up to all that, and then she tried to act like she didn't know because he already told her that he was going to kill his
Hmm.
grandmother, and I don't believe that the grandmother was
Yeah, I don't believe that either. I don't
I
believe that.
I think that she was well. look, his mom was shitty. She lost in a win.
Hmm.
The stepdad was like molesting him. Would you call that molesting him? What was he like tying her his genitals up or something?
Yeah, that's
Something.
molesting. Yeah,
Okay. All right. He didn't really have a background, somebody telling him what to do and all that stuff,
yeah.
clean room.
Grandma was strict, so he hated her for that.
Right. But I don't think she was strict. I'm just thinking she was just being a parent. And
Yeah,
he ain't had
she
it.
probably was a little strict.
Hmm. So he didn't have that, and so that's what set him off. I don't believe that woman was doing that to him. So she did that to him, but she didn't do that to her own kids. She
Right, that's
wasn't beating and
bullshit.
yeah.
Yeah, that was bullshit. She didn't touch him.
Yeah, and the girl just act like she had nothing to do with it. I
Well,
just
he was
didn't
trying to
know
get her
anything.
out too, saying like she ain't had nothing to do with it. Then she played the game. I ain't had nothing to do with it. Then she got a appeal, but then at the appeal, that's when she said, "You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and say I'm guilty because I did have something to do with it."
Right. Hmm. And this is episode 3. It's Henglico Gonzalez killed a store clerk during an armed robbery at the age of 16. He swears it was an accident, but a county attorney isn't for sure. Did you see that one?
This asshole is the one that said the two girls was being abused and wanted to leave town. He was like the little drug dealer, so he said, "Well, y'all don't got no money. Well, maybe the girls gave him the gun to go rob some store or something, so he can get the money to give to them so they can get out of town." I was like, this story don't make no sense,
No, with one bullet.
and they never did find who these girls were, so he made that whole bullshit up.
Uh, um, First of all, if your father is in a cartel and selling dope, your brothers is selling dope, and you selling dope, why the hell you need to rob a store?
He because the girls needed money to get out of town. His story is the girls needed money to get out of town, and he wasn't gonna give him his own bread. So she had a gun, so he's like, all right, well, I'll rob the store and get you the money. That's
Yeah,
bullshit though.
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, it's
But
bullshit.
I think he just wanted to show people in the neighborhood that he was hard and
Yes.
he ain't take no shit and he'll pop something. Cause
I'm
like
just like my family. I'm tough and bad, and I'm gonna be part of the cartel too.
right. Cause like oh he didn't mention that there was a police not a police that it was the store recorded this. He has the gun. He was going to shoot the clerk, but the safety was on. So he looked at the
Hmm.
gun. He
Right.
turned the safety on, and then he shot the clerk. So his intention was going there to kill that clerk or shoot him. I don't. I'll
Well, he
just say
wanted to
kill him.
rob him, but once he got the money, he should have left. Most of these little clerks and shit that work at these stores, they can't open up the safe.
No.
Even when I worked at the wash and we used to make drops, our safe was in the ground. But if somebody came in there to rob us, we wouldn't be able to open it. Only the damn manager can open up the safe. And he was
Mm-hmm.
hardly ever there and shit. So if somebody robbed us, it'd be the same thing. The safe had like a little slit in it, and we'll put the money in the envelope and just make our drops, throughout the day or whatever like that.
Right.
And so you got to be a dumbass to think these little fucking minimum wage clerks is going to fucking open up a safe. They don't even know how to
Right.
open up the safe.
No. And he had told him that he can't open the safe or whatever.
Hmm.
Yeah, he just wanted to show that he was hard and tough or whatever. Go on and do your time, man.
Hmm.
Do your job. You don't have much left. And then his brother on there crying about, oh, he's just so he. I just never seen somebody who just changed his life.
This the guy that went to jail. His roommate was his brother.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah. Go and do your time. I don't care if you was 16. Go on and finish your time. You don't have that much to go because the guy looked like. How old is he now?
What he got? 30.
Yeah. So he don't have that much to go. Like a couple of
Right.
years left. So go on and finish it. And your brother got a job for you because he got businesses and all that stuff. So you be all right. These people need to stay in jail. And that's all I seen
Yeah,
so
they
far.
terror. And it's
Hmm.
funny how you hear their side of the story. The cop different story. What the hell? He left all this shit. And then listen to what the cop they be all dumbfounded.
Yes. Hmm. But a damn good show. Thank you for letting us know about I'm a killer. Anything else you would add?
I did.
Before you well, hold on. Oh, go ahead, go ahead. What was you about to say?
Your volume went down. I don't know if it's me or not. Say something. I just watched a show called Jury Number Two. Me and Shay, we didn't really see eye to eye on the outcome of the show. It was a real good show. It's got the guy. What did he play in? He played in. I want to say. He was in Marvel. He was maybe Quicksilver,
Uh-huh.
or he was in X-Men. He was like Iceman or something. He's one of those guys. And then what this is about is it's called Jury Number Two. It's about he gets selected for jury duty while his wife is having like a serious pregnancy or whatever. So he tried to get out of jury duty, and they're like, "No, you're gonna stay." So as he's listening to the case, the guy supposedly got into an argument with his girl, busted her in the head, and she fell over the fucking highway or something like that into a fucking ravine or something. And they got her, and the hiker found her body down there on the rocks. So the last time she was seen was when she was in an argument with her boyfriend at the bar. Did you ever watch Night Agent?
Yes.
Yeah, well, it's the guy that stars as Night Agent as the boyfriend. It was a real good show. So as the jury number two was listening to the story, he was say, "Oh shit, this is around the same time when I went to the bar down the street from there, and I hit a deer and shit. And I got my car fixed and kept it moving, but it was at night and it was raining like crazy. So he wasn't sure it was a deer, but he saw the sign that says deer crossing. So really, the jury guy is the one that hit that girl and didn't know it. So he realizes it. So I was like, oh, this dude is crazy. Because if I was, and everybody in the jury, they wanted to go home after like the second day. They're like, guilty, guilty, guilty. They're like, nah, I just can't say guilty. I want more information about this. You don't want to send a guy to jail for his life. You know what I mean? I said, look, man, sometimes you got to chalk it up. You know what I mean? In my mind, I hit a deer because he couldn't tell it was a female down there. It was like real black.
Right.
You know what I mean? So in my mind, I hit a deer and I'm sticking with that. Oh, that was real good. You got to check it out, though. Jury number 2.
Anything else you want to add?
Nah, that's it.
All right, yeah, before I go, I want to give a shout out to our one and only guest, Brandon Ferd Jones from the FanView podcast. You can see and listen to the FanView podcast at FanView Podcast on YouTube. This is the Eagles and Saints episode 215. Thank you for joining us, and thank you to our other guests also who joined us. Oh, there is a none? Oh, okay. Thank you. Eagles fans get a bad rap, and I think that's why no one wants to be on be on with us. So next year, or if you want to join us one of these wild card games, I mean, you can, but you can listen to the you can listen to the Judgmental Podcast on Facebook. I mean, you can reach the Judgmental Podcast on Facebook, TikTok, Facebook, TikTok. Now I didn't miss my place. Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube at pnljudgementals. Instagram at the 2_judgementals, or you can email us at pnljudgementals@gmail.com. Sorry, Phil.
All right, y'all. Peace out.
ENT!